You've probably heard about it, right? The dream of passive income. But what if you could tap into YouTube, the biggest video platform on the planet, and earn a serious income, all without ever having to show your face on camera? Well, that's the whole promise behind YouTube automation. It's a business model that has had this incredible rise, a pretty spectacular fall, and now a really fascinating second act.
And when I see serious income, I am not kidding. Take a look at this number, $1.9 million. That's what one creator, a guy named Romero, supposedly pulled in from his group of faceless channels. It's a number that basically kicked off a digital gold rush. But, as you're about to see, the game has completely changed.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll talk about that initial promise, the thing that got everyone so excited. Then, we'll get into the simple playbook that was making people rich overnight. After that, we'll look at the exact moment the algorithm woke up and started to fight back, why all the old tricks stopped working, and finally, what it actually takes to win in this brand new era of Automation 2.0.
So what was the big lure? What was the promise? It was simple, really. It was the chance to build a revenue-generating machine on YouTube without having to be a personality, without having to be an influencer. The focus was supposed to be 100% on the content, not the creator behind it.
A faceless channel is, well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. The whole process was designed to be a system. You'd pick a topic, you'd use AI tools to spit out scripts and voiceovers, you'd farm out the editing to someone else, and then you just hit upload. The whole goal was to build a content factory that pretty much runs itself.
Back in the early days, this really was like a digital gold rush. The formula for success was shockingly simple. It was this repeatable recipe that thousands of people started using to just pump out videos at an unbelievable scale. It was all a numbers game, all about speed and volume. And this right here, this was the simple 4-step playbook. First up, you'd pick a niche where advertisers pay big bucks, stuff like finance or celebrity gossip. Second, you'd pop open ChatGPT and tell it to write a script. Third, you'd copy and paste that script into an AI voice generator like 11 Labs. And last, you just bundle that audio file up and send it off to a freelance editor. Rinse, repeat, and watch the ad revenue roll in. But, a gold rush like this, it never lasts forever, right?
YouTube and its parent company Google, they started to notice a huge problem. Their platform was getting flooded with really repetitive, low-quality, AI-generated junk. So they started to build tools to fight back. The algorithm was starting to wake up.
So that begs the million-dollar question, doesn't it? How did they do it? I mean, how do you possibly police a platform where hundreds of thousands of hours of video get uploaded every single day? Well, the answer comes down to two unbelievably smart pieces of tech.
First, you've got Gemini. This is Google's own monster AI. And it doesn't just read the words in a video transcript. Oh no, it understands nuance. It can tell if a video is supposed to be funny or serious, it gets sarcasm, and, this is the important part, it's been trained to spot the specific patterns in phrasing, the little AI fingerprints that these language models always leave behind.
And second, a technology called C2PA, or content credentials, made things even tougher. The best way to think about this is like a VIN number for a car. When you make an image in Midjourney or VoiceOver in 11 Labs, that file gets a permanent, unremovable digital stamp that says, hey, I was made by an AI. The proof is literally baked right into the file.
So when you put these two together, you get what's basically a double trap. You've got the C2PA stamp that shows the file's entire history, and even if you tried to somehow get rid of that, the AI tools also started embedding invisible watermarks right into the pixels of the images. You can't see them, but Gemini, it sees them perfectly. There was just no way to hide anymore. And just like that, this massive technological leap, it marked the end of an era. That simple copy and paste playbook that worked so well for so long, it just stopped. Channels that were making thousands of dollars a day were getting demonetized overnight, all hit with this new violation, inauthentic content. And the creator we mentioned earlier, Romero, he put it perfectly. He said, in 2026, lazy AI YouTube automation is over. It's done. There's no way around it. The game had totally changed. The free-for-all was officially over. The system had been patched. Okay, so this is where it gets really fascinating. The actual science behind how they detect this stuff, it boils down to these two words, perplexity and burstiness.
You see, AI models are designed to be predictable. They always choose the word that's most statistically likely to come next. Humans, on the other hand, we're chaotic. We use long sentences, then short ones. We change our minds. Our writing has high burstiness. Gemini can spot a script with zero burstiness from a mile away.
And this just illustrates it perfectly. On one side, you've got the varied, up and down, unpredictable rhythm of how a real person talks. And on the other, you've got the flat, uniform, almost robotic sentence structure of a pure AI script. The algorithm can see this difference as clearly as you and I can right now. Now, this crackdown, it wasn't random. It specifically went after the niches that were just notorious for pumping out low-effort content. You know, things like those AI story channels, religion, motivation, sleep channels. They were some of the hardest hit because, well, they were the biggest offenders of this whole lazy AI model. But here's the thing. This wasn't the death of YouTube automation. Not by a long shot. It was an evolution. And out of the ashes of that old lazy model, a new, much smarter approach started to emerge. Automation 2.0. The creators who were willing to adapt started to absolutely crush it under these new rules. The new playbook, the one that works now, is built on 4 really important principles. First, establishing something called topical authority. Second, providing net information gain, giving the algorithm something new. Third, finding ghost niches, which are topics with almost no competition. And finally, the most important rule of all, always, always keeping a human in the loop. So, first up, topical authority. You can't just jump from a video about crypto to a video about baking anymore. You have to prove to the algorithm that you are a reliable, expert source on one specific subject. If you only ever make high-quality videos about lawnmowers, eventually YouTube starts to trust you as the lawnmower guy, and it'll recommend your content like crazy. Next, and this one is huge, is net information gain. Think about it. Google's algorithm has already seen 50,000 videos about the Titanic. It does not need another one rehashing the exact same facts. But what if your video focuses on a really specific, little-known detail, like the personal conflict between the radio operators? Now you're providing new information. The algorithm rewards that kind of originality with a massive boost. And that whole human-in-the-loop idea? This new audio workflow is the perfect example. Instead of just pasting a script into 11 Labs, what you do now is you record yourself reading that script first, even if it's just on your phone. Then you use an AI voice changer to make it sound professional. The result? You get that slick, high-quality AI voice, but with the natural, chaotic burstiness of a real human. It's the best of both worlds. So the big takeaway is this. The dream of a totally hands-off, set-it-and-forget-it business model is pretty much gone. The job has shifted. It's no longer about being a passive owner of a content machine. It's about being an active, strategic manager who guides a human AI team to create something genuinely original. And that leaves us with one big final question to think about. Did the algorithm actually kill YouTube automation, or did it just kill off the lazy, low-effort version of it, forcing the entire model to grow up, to mature into a legitimate business where quality, originality, and actual strategy are the new keys to the kingdom?